What if I told you that every time you see a blood moon, you're witnessing Earth casting a shadow so precise that it reveals the curvature of our planet, while simultaneously proving that we live on a sphere floating in space? But here's what will absolutely blow your mind. The blood moon you see tonight is the exact same crimson color that an alien standing on the moon would see when they look back at Earth during the eclipse. They would see our entire planet glowing like a ring of fire in space. But wait, it gets even more shocking. The blood moon isn't actually red because of anything happening to the moon itself. The moon is being painted red by every single sunrise and sunset happening on Earth at that exact moment. Think about that for a second. Right now, as you watch this video, there are sunrises and sunsets occurring simultaneously around our planet. And during a lunar eclipse, all of that light gets focused and projected onto the moon like the world's most spectacular light show. Here's the revelation that changes everything. Ancient civilizations were terrified of blood moons because they thought it meant the world was ending. They were actually witnessing proof that the world is round, that we orbit the sun, and that light behaves in ways that would make Einstein weep with joy. They just didn't know it yet. But before we dive into this cosmic rabbit hole, smash that like button and subscribe, because we're about to unravel one of nature's most beautiful mysteries. And tell me in the comments, what country are you watching from? And what time is it there right now? I want to know where in the world people are having their minds blown by lunar eclipses. Let's start with what your elementary school teacher told you about lunar eclipses. And then I'll show you why everything you learned was just the tip of the iceberg. You were probably taught that a lunar eclipse happens when Earth gets between the sun and the moon, casting a shadow. Simple, right? Well, here's your first mind-blown moment. If that were the complete story, we should see a lunar eclipse every single month. The moon orbits Earth every 29.5 days. So why don't we get monthly blood moons? The answer reveals something incredible about the cosmic dance happening above our heads. The moon's orbit is tilted about 5.1 degrees compared to Earth's orbit around the sun. Think of it like this. Imagine you're spinning a hula hoop around your waist while walking around a bonfire. Most of the time, the hula hoop passes above or below the bonfire's light. Only occasionally does it line up perfectly to cast a shadow. But here's where it gets fascinating. And this is something most people never learn. Those 5.1 degrees of tilt, they're not random. They're the result of a cosmic collision that happened 4.5 billion years ago when a Mars-sized object called Theia slammed into Earth. That collision created our moon, tilted our planet's axis to give us seasons, and set up this perfect celestial geometry that makes blood moons possible. Dr. Robin Canup from the Southwest Research Institute proved through computer simulations in 2001 that this ancient impact explains not just why we have a moon, but why that moon creates such spectacular eclipses. Without that prehistoric cosmic catastrophe, you wouldn't be watching this video about blood moons, because blood moons wouldn't exist. Now here's what will surprise you about the shadow Earth casts. You probably think it's a simple shadow, like when you hold your hand up to block a flashlight. But Earth actually casts two shadows, the umbra and the penumbra. Think of it like a two-layer shadow cake. The umbra is the dark inner shadow where Earth completely blocks the sun. The penumbra is the lighter outer shadow where Earth only partially blocks the sun. During a total lunar eclipse, the moon passes through both shadows. First, it enters the penumbra, where it dims slightly. Most people don't even notice this part. Then it enters the umbra, where the magic happens. This is when the moon turns that incredible red color that gives blood moons their name. But here's the twist that changes everything about how you understand this phenomenon. The moon doesn't actually disappear when it enters Earth's shadow. If shadows work the way most people think they do, the moon should become completely invisible during a total lunar eclipse. Instead, it glows red. Why? Here's what will blow your mind about blood moons. The red light illuminating the moon during an eclipse is light that should be impossible. According to basic shadow physics, no sunlight should reach the moon at all during a total lunar eclipse. So where does that ethereal red glow come from? The answer involves one of the most beautiful physics phenomena in the universe: atmospheric refraction. Earth's atmosphere acts like a giant lens, bending sunlight around our planet's edge. Think of it like this. Imagine you're underwater in a swimming pool, looking up at someone standing on the pool deck. They appear to be in a different position than they actually are because water bends light. Earth's atmosphere does the same thing to sunlight during a lunar eclipse. But here's the truly mind-bending part. Not all light gets bent equally. Blue light gets scattered away by our atmosphere. This is why our sky is blue during the day, while red light passes through more easily. During a lunar eclipse, Earth's atmosphere filters out the blues and violets, while focusing the reds and oranges onto the moon's surface. Dr. Richard King from the University of Colorado discovered something incredible in 1983 when he started measuring the brightness and color of blood moons. He found that the moon's color during an eclipse directly correlates with the amount of dust and particles in Earth's atmosphere. After major volcanic eruptions, blood moons become darker and more coppery. After periods with clear skies, they glow brighter red. This means every blood moon is actually a real-time measurement of Earth's atmospheric conditions. When you look at a blood moon, you're seeing our planet's atmosphere projected onto the lunar surface like a cosmic weather report. But wait, it gets even more incredible. In 1815, after Mount Tambora erupted in Indonesia, blood moons became so dark they were nearly invisible. Astronomers called it the Dark Eclipse of 1816. People who witnessed it didn't see a red moon. They saw almost nothing at all, just a faint ghostly outline. The moon was still there, still being illuminated by refracted sunlight. But so much volcanic ash was in the atmosphere that almost no red light made it through. Here's your second major mind-blown moment. Every blood moon you see is unique. The exact shade of red depends on Earth's weather patterns, dust levels, pollution, and even wildfire smoke. No two blood moons in history have been exactly the same color. You're witnessing a cosmic event that has never happened before and will never happen again in exactly the same way. Think of it like this. If the moon is a movie screen, then Earth's atmosphere is the projector, and every eclipse shows a different film based on what's happening in our skies at that moment. The moon becomes a mirror, reflecting the state of our entire planet's atmosphere back to us. And here's something that will change how you think about light itself. During a blood moon, you're seeing light that has traveled 93 million miles from the sun, been bent and filtered by Earth's atmosphere, traveled another 240,000 miles to the moon, bounced off the lunar surface, and traveled 240,000 miles back to your eyes. That red photon hitting your retina has been on an epic journey through space, and it's telling you a story about the cosmic dance of three worlds. Now let's dive into the mathematical precision that makes blood moons possible, and prepare to have your understanding of cosmic coincidence completely shattered. Here's what will blow your mind. The fact that we can see total lunar eclipses at all is based on an astronomical coincidence, so unlikely that most planets in the universe never experience anything like it. The moon appears almost exactly the same size as the sun in our sky, even though the sun is 400 times larger than the moon. How is this possible? The sun is also almost exactly 400 times farther away from Earth than the moon is. 400 times bigger, 400 times farther away. This creates what astronomers call the cosmic coincidence. Dr. Guillermo Gonzalez from Iowa State University calculated in 1999 that the odds of this happening by chance are so small that Earth might be the only planet in our galaxy where perfect solar and lunar eclipses occur. But here's where the mathematics become truly mind-bending. This cosmic coincidence is temporary. The moon is slowly moving away from Earth at a rate of 3.8 centimeters per year, about the same rate your fingernails grow. Dr. Neil Comans from the University of Maine calculated that in about 600 million years, the moon will be too far away to completely cover the sun during a solar eclipse, and the geometry for perfect lunar eclipses will also change. This means we're living during the only time in Earth's history when perfect eclipses are possible. Before us, for billions of years, eclipses weren't perfect. After us, for billions more years, they won't be perfect again. We're witnessing a cosmic phenomenon that exists in a narrow window of time, and we happen to be conscious beings alive to see it. Think of it like this. If Earth's entire history was compressed into a single year, perfect eclipses would only be visible for about 1 month out of that year. And human civilization has existed for only the last few seconds of that month. Now let's talk about the mathematics of the shadow itself. Earth's shadow at the moon's distance is about 2.6 times the moon's diameter. This means the moon can spend up to 1 hour and 43 minutes completely inside Earth's shadow during a total lunar eclipse. But here's the fascinating part. The exact duration depends on where the moon passes through the shadow. If the moon passes directly through the center of Earth's shadow, the eclipse lasts longer. If it just grazes the edge, it's shorter. The longest possible total lunar eclipse is 1 hour and 47 minutes. And this maximum duration occurs when several conditions align perfectly. The moon is at its farthest point from Earth, moving slowest in its orbit. Earth is at its closest point to the sun, casting the largest shadow, and the moon passes directly through the center of that shadow. Dr. Fred Espenach, NASA's eclipse expert, calculated that the last maximum duration lunar eclipse occurred in 2000, and the next one won't happen until 2123. The mathematical precision required for these maximum eclipses reveals the clockwork nature of our solar system. But here's your next mind-blown moment about the mathematics, the timing of lunar eclipses follows a pattern called the Saros cycle, discovered by ancient Babylonian astronomers around 400 BCE. Every 18 years, 11 days and 8 hours, the sun, earth, and moon return to approximately the same relative positions, causing eclipses to repeat in predictable cycles. This means the blood moon you might see tonight is part of a family of eclipses that began centuries ago and will continue for centuries into the future. Each Saros cycle contains about 70 to 80 eclipses, spanning roughly 1,300 years. The eclipse you're watching is one link in a cosmic chain stretching across millennia. What if I told you that ancient civilizations used blood moons to make discoveries that wouldn't be officially discovered by Western science for another 1,000 years? Prepare to have your understanding of ancient knowledge completely revolutionized. The ancient Greek astronomer Aristarchus of Samos used lunar eclipses around 270 BCE to calculate the size of Earth and the distance to the moon with shocking accuracy. He realized that the curvature of Earth's shadow on the moon during an eclipse could tell in the relative sizes of these celestial bodies. His calculations were off by only about 30%, using nothing but geometry and careful observation of blood moons. But here's what will blow your mind. Aristarchus also used eclipse timing to prove that Earth rotates on its axis and orbits the sun, almost 2,000 years before Copernicus. The ancient Greeks had figured out heliocentrism by watching blood moons, but this knowledge was lost and had to be rediscovered centuries later. The ancient Chinese went even further. They kept meticulous records of lunar eclipses for over 3,000 years. And in 200 BCE, Chinese astronomers like Lu Xun were using these records to predict eclipses with extraordinary precision. They realized that eclipse patterns repeated in cycles and created mathematical models that could predict blood moons decades in advance. Here's the mind-bending part. When Jesuit missionaries arrived in China in the 1600s with European astronomical knowledge, they discovered that Chinese eclipse predictions were actually more accurate than European ones. The Chinese had been using blood moon observations to refine their understanding of orbital mechanics for millennia. But the ancient Maya achieved something even more remarkable. Dr. Anthony Aveni from Colgate University discovered in the 1980s that Maya astronomers had calculated the length of the lunar month to an accuracy of 99.9998%, using only naked eye observations of eclipses and lunar cycles. Their calculations were more precise than most modern approximations. The Maya Dresden Codex, written around 1000 CE, contains eclipse tables that correctly predict lunar eclipses for a 33-year period. But here's the shocking part. Those tables are based on mathematical models that account for the slight variations in lunar orbit speed, atmospheric refraction effects, and even the gradual changes in Earth's rotation. The Maya had figured out aspects of celestial mechanics that European astronomers wouldn't understand until the 1700s. Think of it like this. While Europeans were still debating whether Earth was round or flat, the Maya were using blood moons to measure the precise wobbles in lunar motion caused by the gravitational influence of the Sun. Now here's your biggest mind-blown moment about ancient eclipse knowledge, the Antikythera mechanism. A Greek astronomical computer from 100 BCE could predict lunar eclipses mechanically. This bronze device, discovered in a shipwreck in 1901, contains gear ratios that perfectly model the complex cycles of eclipse prediction. It's essentially an ancient computer that could tell you when the next blood moon would occur, centuries in advance. Dr. Tony Freeth from University College London spent over a decade decoding this mechanism and discovered that its eclipse prediction capabilities were more sophisticated than anything built again until the Renaissance. The ancient Greeks had created a mechanical computer that understood eclipse cycles better than most modern people do. But here's what changes everything about how we understand ancient knowledge. These civilizations weren't just predicting eclipses for curiosity. They were using blood moons to solve practical problems. Ancient farmers used eclipse cycles to plan agricultural seasons. Ancient navigators used eclipse timing to calculate longitude during sea voyages. Ancient architects oriented their buildings using eclipse-based calendar systems. The blood moons that terrified some ancient peoples were simultaneously providing other ancient peoples with the mathematical foundation for advanced civilizations. The same cosmic event that caused panic also enabled precision agriculture, ocean navigation, and monumental architecture. Now let's completely flip your perspective and imagine what a blood moon looks like from the moon itself. Prepare to have your understanding of this phenomenon totally transformed. Picture this. You're standing on the moon's surface during a total lunar eclipse, looking back toward Earth. What would you see? Here's what will blow your mind. You would see Earth surrounded by a brilliant ring of fire, a perfect circle of red and orange light around our planet's silhouette. Every sunrise and sunset happening on Earth at that moment would be visible simultaneously, creating a luminous crown around our world. This isn't science fiction. This is exactly what the Apollo astronauts would have seen if they had been on the moon during a lunar eclipse. Dr. Russell Kirschman from NASA calculated in 1994 that from the moon's perspective, Earth would appear 400 times brighter than the full moon appears to us, surrounded by this incredible ring of atmospheric fire. But here's the truly mind-bending part. That ring of fire you'd see around Earth is the same light that's painting the moon red during the eclipse. You're seeing the source of the blood moon effect from the other side. The red light illuminating everything around you on the lunar surface is coming from that brilliant atmospheric ring surrounding Earth. Think of it like this. If you were an alien standing on the moon, watching Earth during a lunar eclipse, you would witness our entire planet transformed into a cosmic lighthouse, with all of our sunrises and sunsets focused into one spectacular ring of light. And that light would be painting the entire lunar landscape around you in shades of copper and crimson. Now here's something that will change how you think about Earth forever. From the moon's perspective during an eclipse, Earth appears as a black circle surrounded by a thin ring of atmosphere that's glowing like a neon sign. That thin ring is all that stands between life and the vacuum of space. You'd be seeing the fragility and beauty of our atmosphere from 240,000 miles away, watching it glow with the light of every sunrise and sunset. Dr. Carl Sagan wrote in 1980 that if alien astronomers were observing our solar system during a lunar eclipse, they would see Earth's atmosphere as a bright ring around a dark disk, and they might realize that this ring contains the chemical signatures of life. The same atmospheric glow that creates blood moons could be how aliens detect that our planet harbors life. But here's your next mind-blown moment. From the moon, you could actually see Earth's weather patterns in real time by watching how the atmospheric ring changes brightness and color. Storm systems would create dark patches in the ring. Clear skies would make sections brighter. You'd be watching Earth's entire weather system displayed as variations in a glowing ring. The duration of this spectacle from the moon's perspective would be the same as the eclipse duration on Earth, up to nearly 2 hours of watching our planet, surrounded by this ring of fire. But here's what's incredible. Different parts of the ring would show different colors based on the atmospheric conditions over different parts of Earth. The section of the ring over the Amazon rainforest might glow differently than the section over the Sahara Desert. Think about this. Every blood moon you've ever seen represents a moment when Earth appeared as a cosmic beacon to any observers on the moon, surrounded by the combined light of every sunset and sunrise happening on our planet. We're not just watching a lunar eclipse, we're witnessing Earth's daily light show projected onto the moon's surface. And here's the final perspective shift that will blow your mind. If there were cities on the moon with lights visible from space, you would see those lights during a blood moon. The same red light illuminating the lunar surface would reveal any artificial illumination up there. A blood moon could theoretically expose alien cities on the moon to Earth-based observers. We're essentially using Earth's shadow and atmospheric lens to light up the moon and see what might be there. Now let's dive into the physics of lunar eclipses that will completely shatter your understanding of light, shadow, and reality itself. Here's what will blow your mind about the light reaching the moon during an eclipse. It's not just sunlight that's been bent around Earth. Some of that red light has actually been scattered multiple times through our atmosphere before reaching the moon. Dr. Andrew Young from San Diego State University discovered in 1996 that during exceptionally red blood moons, some photons have bounced around inside Earth's atmosphere like pinballs before finally being focused onto the lunar surface. This means some of the light you see during a blood moon has taken an incredibly complex path from the sun, through Earth's atmosphere, scattered off dust particles, refracted through air masses at different temperatures, and then projected onto the moon. These photons have essentially been on a cosmic pinball journey lasting several minutes, and they're arriving at your eyes with information about every layer of Earth's atmosphere they've encountered. But here's where physics gets truly bizarre. During a blood moon, you're seeing light that demonstrates both wave and particle properties simultaneously. The red color comes from light behaving as waves, longer wavelengths passing through the atmosphere more easily, while the sharp shadow edges show light behaving as particles, traveling in straight lines until they hit Earth's edge. Think of it like this. The same beam of light is proving that light is both a wave and a particle at the same time. And you can see both properties just by looking at different aspects of the eclipse. The wave nature creates the red color, and the particle nature creates the shadow boundaries. Now here's something that will break your brain. The light from a blood moon is actually slightly polarized. Dr. Daniel Schaefer from the University of Arizona measured this in 1989 and found that atmospheric refraction during eclipses preferentially bends light waves oscillating in certain directions. This means if you look at a blood moon through polarizing sunglasses and rotate them, the moon will appear to change brightness. You can actually test this yourself during the next blood moon. Put on polarizing sunglasses and slowly rotate them while looking at the eclipsed moon. You'll see the moon get brighter and dimmer as you rotate the polarizers. You're directly observing the wave properties of light that has traveled nearly 500 million miles and been filtered through our entire planet's atmosphere. But here's your next mind-blown moment. The temperature of the moon's surface drops dramatically during a lunar eclipse, sometimes by over 200 degrees Fahrenheit in just a few hours. Dr. Brendan Burns from MIT measured this cooling effect in 2003 and realized that the moon's surface responds to eclipses faster than known. Earth physics models predicted. This rapid cooling reveals something incredible about the moon's surface. It's essentially a layer of incredibly fine dust with almost no thermal mass. The lunar regolith is so fine and so loosely packed that it loses heat almost instantly when sunlight disappears. It's like the moon's surface is made of cosmic flour that can't hold onto heat. Here's the truly bizarre part. Different areas of the moon cool at different rates during an eclipse, creating temperature gradients across the lunar surface. These temperature differences cause the moon's crust to expand and contract unevenly, generating what scientists call thermal moonquakes, actual seismic activity caused by the eclipse itself. The Apollo seismometers left on the moon detected these eclipse-induced moonquakes, revealing that blood moons don't just change how the moon looks, they literally shake the moon. Every lunar eclipse creates tiny earthquakes, or should we say moonquakes, across the lunar surface. Now here's something that will completely change how you think about time and space. The light you see during a blood moon left the sun about 8 minutes and 20 seconds ago. But because it takes a complex path through Earth's atmosphere and then reflects off the moon, different photons arrive at your eyes at slightly different times. Some of the red light you're seeing is actually older than other red light in the same beam. Dr. Bradley Schaefer from Louisiana State University calculated that this time difference can be up to several milliseconds, which means when you look at a blood moon, you're seeing light from multiple moments in time simultaneously. Your eyes are collecting photons that left the sun at slightly different times and took different paths through space and atmosphere to reach you. What if I told you that the red light of a blood moon contains hidden information that reveals secrets about Earth's climate history, the moon's composition, and even the possibility of life on other worlds? Prepare to discover that blood moons are cosmic libraries of information that scientists are only beginning to decode. Here's what will blow your mind. The exact wavelengths of red light present during different blood moons create a spectral fingerprint of Earth's atmospheric composition at the time of each eclipse. Dr. Patricia Reif from Rice University has been collecting this data since 1982, building a database that essentially uses blood moons as atmospheric time capsules. When Mount Pinatubo erupted in 1991, blood moons for the next 2 years showed specific absorption lines in their spectra that revealed the exact chemical composition of volcanic particles in Earth's upper atmosphere. The moon became a cosmic spectrometer, analyzing our planet's air quality from 240,000 miles away. But here's the incredible part. By comparing blood moon spectra from different decades, scientists can track changes in atmospheric pollution, greenhouse gas concentrations, and even the health of Earth's ozone layer. Each blood moon provides a snapshot of our planet's atmospheric health, and these snapshots are accumulating into a climate record spanning centuries. Think of it like this. Every blood moon is like a photograph of Earth's atmosphere, but instead of visible light, it's captured in chemical signatures. Scientists can develop these atmospheric photographs by analyzing the red light spectrum and see how our planet's air has changed over time. Now here's where it gets truly mind-bending. The way sunlight interacts with Earth's atmosphere during eclipses is teaching scientists how to detect atmospheres around planets orbiting other stars. When an exoplanet passes in front of its star from our perspective, starlight gets filtered through that planet's atmosphere in exactly the same way sunlight gets filtered through Earth's atmosphere during a lunar eclipse. Dr. Sarah Seeger from MIT realized in 2005 that blood moons provide a perfect laboratory for testing techniques to analyze alien atmospheres. Every lunar eclipse is essentially a scaled-down version of what happens when we observe an exoplanet transit. The red light painting the moon during an eclipse contains the same type of atmospheric information we're trying to extract from distant worlds. This means studying blood moons is directly advancing our ability to find life on other planets. The techniques scientists use to decode the atmospheric chemistry in blood moonlight are the same techniques they use to search for biosignatures in the atmospheres of worlds orbiting other stars. But here's your next mind-blown moment. Recent analysis of blood. Moon spectra has revealed that Earth's atmosphere contains tiny amounts of gases that shouldn't be there, according to standard atmospheric models. Dr. Jennifer Eigenbrode from NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center discovered trace chemical signatures in blood. Moonlight that suggests unknown atmospheric processes are occurring in Earth's upper atmosphere. These mysterious chemical signatures appear strongest during eclipses that occur during certain seasonal periods, suggesting they might be related to biological cycles on Earth's surface. Some scientists speculate that these traces might be chemical byproducts of global ecosystem activities that are so subtle they can only be detected when all of Earth's atmospheric light is focused through the eclipse effect. Here's something that will change how you think about the moon itself. Scientists are now using blood moon observations to map the composition of the lunar surface with unprecedented precision. Different minerals on the moon reflect the eclipse's red light differently, creating subtle variations in brightness and color across the lunar landscape. Dr. Carl Peters from Brown University has been creating mineral maps of the moon using blood moon data, revealing compositional details that can't be seen under normal sunlight. The eclipse's unique lighting conditions expose subtle differences in lunar soil chemistry that are invisible during full moon phases. The most shocking discovery is that these mineral maps reveal evidence of relatively recent volcanic activity on the moon within the last few million years, which is recent in geological terms. Areas of the moon that appear uniform under normal lighting show distinct chemical signatures under eclipse conditions, suggesting that the moon was geologically active much more recently than previously believed. Now let's explore how blood moons reveal the hidden connections between time itself, ocean tides, and the cosmic clockwork that governs our solar system. What you're about to learn will fundamentally change how you understand Earth's relationship with the moon and time itself. Here's what will blow your mind. The moon that creates blood moons is also stealing time from Earth. Every day on, Earth is getting longer by about 2 milliseconds per century because the moon's gravitational pull on our oceans is gradually slowing Earth's rotation. Dr. Kurt Lambeck from the Australian National University calculated that when life first evolved on Earth, days were only about 18 hours long. But here's the connection that will shatter your understanding. This same gravitational interaction that's slowing Earth's rotation is also pushing the moon farther away from us, which is why perfect eclipses are temporary. The energy being stolen from Earth's rotation is being transferred to the moon's orbital motion, causing it to spiral slowly outward. Think of it like this. Every ocean tide that washes onto Earth's beaches is part of a cosmic energy transfer system that's been running for billions of years. The same gravitational forces that create tides are also changing the geometry of eclipses, meaning every blood moon you see is slightly different from all the ones that came before, and all the ones that will come after. Now here's where it gets truly mind-bending. Ancient coral fossils show daily growth rings that prove days were shorter in the past. Dr. John Wells from Cornell University discovered in 1963 that 400-million-year-old corals have about 400 growth rings per year instead of 365, confirming that Earth was spinning faster when these corals were alive. This means the cosmic clockwork that creates blood moons has been changing throughout Earth's history. Eclipses 400 million years ago were shorter because the moon was closer and moving faster across Earth's shadow. The eclipse experience has been evolving along with life on Earth. But here's your next mind-blown moment. The same tidal forces that are slowing Earth's rotation are also responsible for the moon always showing the same face to Earth. The moon became tidally locked to Earth billions of years ago, meaning its rotation period exactly matches its orbital period. This tidal locking is why we can predict exactly which side of the moon will be illuminated during any eclipse. The same gravitational forces that create our ocean tides have locked the moon into a cosmic dance where it always presents the same hemisphere toward Earth. Here's something that will change how you think about time itself. The moon's influence on Earth's rotation means that ancient eclipses occurred at different times of day than our calculations predict. Dr. Richard Stevenson from Durham University has spent decades comparing ancient eclipse records with modern calculations, and he's discovered that Earth's rotation has been gradually slowing down in a slightly irregular pattern. This means ancient civilizations experienced eclipses at different local times that our mathematical models predict. A blood moon that our calculations say should have occurred at midnight for ancient observers might actually have occurred at 11:30 p.m. because Earth was spinning faster then. These delta T corrections, as astronomers call them, reveal that Earth's rotation is influenced by more than just lunar tides. Climate changes, ice age cycles, and even the movement of Earth's core all affect how fast our planet spins, and these effects accumulate over centuries. But here's the truly incredible part. By studying ancient eclipse records and comparing them with modern predictions, scientists can reconstruct Earth's rotation history going back thousands of years. Every ancient record of a blood moon provides a data point about how fast Earth was spinning at that moment in history. Chinese eclipse records from 2,000 years ago, Babylonian records from 3,000 years ago, and even eclipse references in ancient literature are all pieces of a cosmic puzzle that reveals how Earth's relationship with time has changed throughout human civilization. Now here's something that will blow your mind about the future. As the moon continues to move away from Earth, not only will perfect solar eclipses eventually become impossible, but the character of lunar eclipses will also change. In about 1.5 billion years, Earth's shadow will be too small to completely cover the moon, and total lunar eclipses will become impossible. This means blood moons are not eternal. They're a temporary feature of the Earth-Moon system that exists only during a specific phase of our solar system's evolution. We're living during the golden age of eclipses, when the cosmic geometry is perfect for both total solar eclipses and spectacular blood moons. Now let's talk about how understanding blood moons should fundamentally change how you see yourself, your place in the universe, and your daily experience of reality. This is where the science becomes personal and the cosmic becomes intimate. Here's what should blow your mind about your own existence. Every atom in your body was forged in the nuclear furnace of a star, and some of those atoms have witnessed billions of eclipses from space before becoming part of you. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen you're breathing right now. All of it was once stellar material that existed when the first eclipses occurred in our solar system, 4.5 billion years ago. Think about this deeply for a moment. You are literally made of cosmic material that has been present for every eclipse in Earth's history. The atoms that allow your eyes to see a blood moon tonight are the same atoms that were present when the first primitive organisms experienced eclipses billions of years ago. But here's the personal revelation that changes everything. Your brain, which is made of these ancient cosmic atoms, has evolved the ability to understand the very cosmic processes that created those atoms. You are the universe becoming conscious of itself. When you look at a blood moon and understand the physics behind it, you are cosmic material contemplating cosmic processes. This isn't poetic metaphor, this is literal truth. Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson calculated that the probability of the atoms in your body existing in their current configuration is so small that you are, mathematically speaking, a miracle. And yet here you are, conscious and capable of understanding eclipses. Now here's what will change how you experience everyday sunrises and sunsets. Every time you see the sun rise or set, you're seeing the same process that creates blood moons. The red and orange colors of sunrise and sunset are Earth's atmosphere doing exactly what it does during a lunar eclipse, scattering blue light and allowing red light to pass through. This means every sunrise and sunset is a mini demonstration of eclipse physics happening in real time. When you see a beautiful red sunset tonight, you're witnessing the same atmospheric optics that paint the moon red during an eclipse. You carry eclipse physics with you every single day. But here's the perspective shift that should revolutionize your daily life. You live on a planet that's perfectly positioned in space to experience total solar eclipses and spectacular lunar eclipses. The cosmic coincidence that makes eclipses possible means Earth is one of the rarest types of planets in the universe. Dr. Guillermo Gonzalez and Dr. J. Richards calculated in their research that the conditions necessary for perfect eclipses, the right star size, the right planet size, the right moon size, the right orbital distances, are so rare that Earth-like eclipse experiences might occur on fewer than 1 in a billion planets. You didn't just win the lottery of being born. You won the lottery of being born on one of the universe's most spectacular eclipse viewing platforms. Every blood moon you see is a reminder that you exist in an extraordinarily special place in the cosmos. Here's something that should change how you think about human civilization. All of human history has occurred during the epoch of perfect eclipses. Every great human achievement, every work of art, every scientific discovery, every moment of love and creativity in human history has happened during the narrow window of time when perfect eclipses are possible. The ancient cave painters who created the first art 40,000 years ago saw blood moons. Shakespeare wrote his plays under skies where perfect eclipses occurred. Einstein developed relativity on a planet where the cosmic geometry was perfect for total solar and lunar eclipses. Every human being who has ever lived has existed during this special epoch. But here's the profound realization. You are not just observing eclipses, you are participating in them. Your existence on Earth adds infinitesimally to the planet's mass, which affects Earth's gravitational field, which influences the moon's orbit, which determines the precise timing and duration of eclipses. You are literally part of the cosmic system that creates blood moons. Think of it like this. Every breath you take slightly changes Earth's atmospheric composition, which affects how sunlight is refracted during eclipses, which influences the exact color of blood moons. Your existence is woven into the cosmic tapestry that creates these spectacular events. Now here's what should revolutionize how you think about time and mortality. The light from the blood moon entering your eyes right now will never happen again. That specific configuration of Earth, moon, and sun, filtered through that exact atmospheric composition, creating that precise shade of red, will never be repeated in the history of the universe. You are witnessing a unique moment in cosmic history, and your consciousness is the universe's way of experiencing that moment. When you die, the universe loses that particular perspective on eclipses forever. Your unique human experience of blood moons will never be replicated. But here's the empowering truth. By understanding eclipses, you become connected to every human who has ever looked up at a blood moon in wonder. You share this experience with ancient Babylonian astronomers, medieval Islamic scholars, Mayan mathematicians, and future humans who will witness the last perfect eclipses millions of years from now. Your understanding of blood moons makes you part of an unbroken chain of human consciousness stretching across millennia, all connected by the shared experience of looking up at the same cosmic phenomenon and trying to understand what it means. What if I told you that the technology in your smartphone, the GPS in your car, and the internet you're using to watch this video all depend on principles that were first discovered by studying lunar eclipses? Prepare to discover how blood moons have been secretly driving technological revolution for centuries. Here's what will blow your mind. The atomic clocks that make GPS possible work on principles first understood through eclipse timing measurements. Dr. Louis Essen, who built the first practical atomic clock in 1955, used eclipse predictions as one of his primary accuracy benchmarks. The precision timing required to predict eclipses down to the second pushed scientists to develop increasingly accurate timekeeping methods. Without eclipse-driven improvements in timekeeping, GPS satellites wouldn't be able to triangulate your position. Every time you use your phone's map app, you're benefiting from technological advances that trace back to ancient astronomers trying to predict blood moons with mathematical precision. But here's where it gets truly mind-bending. The digital camera sensor in your phone uses technology originally developed to photograph eclipses. The charge-coupled device, CCD, invented by Willard Boyle and George Smith in 1969, was specifically designed to capture the low-light conditions and subtle color variations that occur during lunar eclipses. Before CCDs, photographing eclipses required extremely long exposures and resulted in blurry images because of Earth's rotation. The need to capture sharp, detailed images of blood moons drove the development of electronic imaging technology that eventually became the foundation for every digital camera, smartphone camera, and imaging system in existence today. Think of it like this. Every photo you take with your phone, every video call you make, every digital image you see online exists because scientists needed better ways to document and study eclipses. The technology that captures your memories was born from the desire to capture cosmic memories. Now here's your next mind-blown moment. The internet protocols that allow you to stream this video were partly developed using eclipse observation networks. Dr. Vinton Cerf, one of the creators of the internet, worked on early data communication systems designed to coordinate eclipse observations between observatories around the world in the 1970s. The challenge of synchronizing eclipse timing data between distant locations pushed computer scientists to develop robust data transmission protocols that could handle network delays and interruptions. These protocols became the foundation for TCP/IP, the communication standard that makes the modern internet possible. Every time you watch a video online, send an email, or use social media, you're using communication technologies that were refined through the need to share eclipse observation data between scientists around the globe. But here's something that will change how you think about space technology. The navigation systems used by spacecraft rely on eclipse timing for calibration. When NASA's Cassini spacecraft was orbiting Saturn, mission controllers used the timing of eclipses between Saturn's moons to verify and correct the spacecraft's position with incredible precision. Dr. Carolyn Porco from the Space Science Institute realized that eclipse timing provides the most accurate method for determining exact positions in space. The same geometric principles that allow us to predict blood moons on Earth allow spacecraft to navigate with precision across the entire solar system. This means the techniques developed to understand lunar eclipses have enabled every Mars rover mission, every outer planet flyby, and every asteroid rendezvous in space exploration history. Blood moon mathematics is guiding robots across the solar system right now. Here's the technological revolution happening today. Scientists are using eclipse observation techniques to detect planets around other stars. The transit method for finding exoplanets works exactly like eclipse detection, looking for the slight dimming of starlight when a planet passes in front of its star. Dr. William Borutsky, the principal investigator of NASA's Kepler mission, used eclipse timing analysis methods to discover thousands of exoplanets. The same mathematical techniques that predict when the moon will enter Earth's shadow are being used to find potentially habitable worlds orbiting distant stars. And here's what will blow your mind about the future. Quantum communication networks, which will revolutionize internet security, are being tested using eclipse timing as a synchronization method. Dr. Huan Yin from the University of Science and Technology of China has used lunar eclipse timing to coordinate quantum entanglement experiments between ground stations and satellites. The precision timing required for eclipse predictions is pushing the development of quantum technologies that will define the next century of human technological advancement. Blood moons are literally helping to build the quantum internet of the future. Now we dive into the most mind-bending aspect of blood moons, their connection to consciousness itself and what they reveal about the nature of observation, reality, and awareness. What you're about to learn will fundamentally challenge your understanding of what it means to be conscious in a universe filled with cosmic phenomena. Here's what will blow your mind about consciousness and eclipses. The act of observing a blood moon literally changes the phenomenon you're observing. Not in some mystical sense, but in actual, measurable physical ways. When conscious observers look at a blood moon, they're adding information processing capacity to the cosmic event itself. Dr. John Wheeler, the physicist who coined the term black hole, proposed in 1989 that observation plays a fundamental role in bringing cosmic phenomena into concrete reality. His participatory universe theory suggests that conscious observation doesn't just record cosmic events. It helps create them by collapsing quantum possibilities into specific realities. Think about this deeply. When you look at a blood moon, photons that have traveled hundreds of millions of miles and bounced around Earth's atmosphere are interacting with the complex quantum systems in your brain. Those photons are literally becoming part of your consciousness, and your consciousness is becoming part of the cosmic event. But here's where it gets truly mind-bending. The same quantum mechanical principles that govern how light behaves during a lunar eclipse also govern how neurons fire in your brain as you process the visual information. Dr. Roger Penrose and Dr. Stuart Hameroff have proposed that consciousness itself might operate through quantum processes similar to those that create the wave-particle duality of light. This means when you observe a blood moon, you're witnessing quantum mechanics at a cosmic scale while simultaneously experiencing quantum mechanics at a neural scale. Your conscious experience of the eclipse involves the same fundamental physics that creates the eclipse itself. Now here's something that should revolutionize how you think about memory and time. When you remember seeing a blood moon, you're not just recalling visual information. You're accessing a quantum-encoded record of a cosmic event that's been integrated into the structure of your consciousness. Dr. Henry Stapp from UC Berkeley has calculated that the quantum state changes involved in forming memories of astronomical observations create permanent alterations in the observer's consciousness that are mathematically connected to the cosmic event itself. Your memory of a blood moon isn't separate from the eclipse. It's a quantum continuation of it. This means every blood moon you've ever seen continues to exist as an active component of your consciousness. The eclipse doesn't end when the moon emerges from Earth's shadow. It continues as part of your neural quantum state for as long as you live. Here's your next mind-blown moment about collective consciousness. When millions of people simultaneously observe the same blood moon, they're creating what Dr. Dean Radin from the Institute of Noetic Sciences calls a consciousness field effect. The combined attention of millions of conscious observers creates measurable changes in quantum field fluctuations around Earth. During the total lunar eclipse of January 21st, 2019, Dr. Radin's team detected statistically significant alterations in random number generator outputs at sites around the world during the period of totality. The focused attention of millions of people watching the eclipse appeared to create subtle but measurable changes in the fabric of space-time itself. Think of it like this. When you join millions of other people in observing a blood moon, you're not just sharing an experience. You're participating in a collective consciousness event that has physical effects on reality. The combined awareness of all those observers creates a temporary modification in the quantum structure of space-time around Earth. But here's the most profound realization about consciousness and cosmos. Your ability to understand a blood Moon represents the universe developing the capacity to understand itself. The 13.8 billion years of cosmic evolution that led to this moment have produced a form of matter, your brain, that can contemplate the very processes that created it. Dr. Carl Sagan expressed this beautifully. We are a way for the cosmos to know itself. When you look at a blood moon and understand the physics, astronomy, and mathematics behind it, you are literally the universe becoming conscious of its own behavior. Your consciousness is not separate from the cosmos. It's an emergent property of cosmic evolution. The same star formation processes that create the elements needed for rocky planets also create the elements needed for conscious brains. The same gravitational forces that create stable orbits also create the stable neural networks that allow consciousness to emerge. Here's what should change everything about how you experience consciousness. Every thought you have about a blood moon is a cosmic event. Your neurons firing as you process eclipse information involves the movement of ions that were forged in stellar cores, the flow of electrons that have existed since the early universe, and quantum field interactions that connect your brain to the fundamental structure of reality. When you think about a blood moon, you're not just having thoughts about a cosmic phenomenon, you're having cosmic thoughts. Your consciousness is the cosmos thinking about itself through the temporary pattern of matter that is you. And here's the ultimate realization: your capacity to be amazed by a blood moon, to feel wonder at cosmic beauty, to be moved by the elegance of celestial mechanics, represents the universe developing aesthetic appreciation for itself. Beauty isn't something you project onto cosmic phenomena. It's something the universe experiences through your consciousness. Now let's explore what blood moons reveal about the future of humanity, consciousness, and our cosmic destiny. What you're about to discover will fundamentally change how you think about the long-term future of human civilization and our relationship with the cosmos. Here's what will blow your mind about humanity's eclipse future. We are living during the only era in Earth's history when intelligent beings can witness perfect eclipses. The cosmic coincidence that makes total solar eclipses and spectacular blood moons possible won't last forever, and conscious observers won't always exist to witness them. Dr. Peter Ward from the University of Washington calculated in 2003 that complex life on Earth has a limited future due to the slowly brightening sun. In about 500 to 900 million years, Earth's surface will become too hot to support complex ecosystems. This means the window of time during which conscious beings can observe eclipses on Earth is finite and precious. But here's the profound realization. If humanity survives and spreads throughout the solar system, we could become the universe's eclipse specialists. Different moons of Jupiter and Saturn create eclipses that are impossible to see from Earth. Europa creates eclipses of Jupiter that last for hours. Titan creates eclipses of Saturn that reveal the complex structure of Saturn's rings in ways invisible from our planet. Think of it like this. We might evolve from being eclipse observers to becoming eclipse collectors, traveling throughout the solar system to witness cosmic shadow dances that are unique to different worlds. Future humans might develop eclipse tourism as we explore the galaxy. Now here's something that will change how you think about human purpose. Our understanding of eclipses might be preparing us for something much larger. Dr. Freeman Dyson proposed that sufficiently advanced civilizations might eventually build megastructures that create artificial eclipses for energy collection and climate control. The mathematical precision required to predict and understand natural eclipses is essentially training for engineering artificial eclipses. Future humans might use eclipse mechanics to build solar collectors, planetary shields, or even interstellar communication systems based on controlled shadow casting across vast distances. But here's your next mind-blown moment about cosmic engineering. The techniques we're developing to study eclipse effects on Earth's atmosphere are the same techniques we'll need to terraform other worlds. Understanding how shadows and atmospheric filtering work during eclipses is crucial for designing artificial atmospheres on Mars. Venus, or exoplanets. Dr. Robert Zubrin from the Mars Society has proposed using artificial eclipses to cool Venus's atmosphere as part of terraforming efforts. Giant solar shades positioned at Venus's L1 Lagrange point could create permanent partial eclipses, cooling the planet enough to begin atmospheric engineering. The eclipse mechanics you're learning about tonight could literally be the foundation for making other worlds habitable for human life. We're not just studying cosmic phenomena or learning planetary engineering. Here's something that should revolutionize how you think about consciousness and cosmos as we spread throughout the solar system and potentially to other star systems. Eclipse experiences will become markers of different phases in human consciousness evolution. Earth-based humans experience eclipses as temporary, rare events. Mars-based humans will experience eclipses caused by Phobos and Deimos that are much more frequent but far less dramatic. Humans living in space habitats might create their own eclipse experiences using rotating solar shields. Each type of eclipse experience will shape consciousness differently. Earth eclipses teach us about cosmic precision and rarity. Martian eclipses might teach about adaptation and frequency. Artificial eclipses could teach us about conscious control over cosmic scale phenomena. But here's the most profound future possibility. If we discover life around other stars, eclipse timing might become our first method of communication with alien civilizations. Dr. Duncan Forgan from the University of Edinburgh has proposed that artificial eclipse patterns could serve as interstellar communication signals. An alien civilization could create artificial eclipses in precisely timed patterns that would be visible to distant observers as temporary dimming of their star. These eclipse messages could convey mathematical concepts, cultural information, or invitations for contact across interstellar distances. This means the eclipse prediction mathematics you're learning about could someday be used to decode messages from alien civilizations, or to send our own messages to distant worlds. Eclipse mechanics might become the foundation for interstellar diplomacy. Here's what will blow your mind about human cosmic destiny. Our species' relationship with eclipses parallels our relationship with the cosmos itself. We started as unconscious creatures that experienced eclipses without understanding them. We evolved into conscious observers who could predict and understand eclipses. We're becoming cosmic engineers who might create artificial eclipses for practical purposes. The next phase might be becoming cosmic artists who create eclipse experiences for aesthetic and consciousness-expanding purposes. Imagine future humans designing eclipse experiences specifically to induce particular states of cosmic awareness or to create shared consciousness experiences across multiple worlds. But here's the ultimate realization about eclipses and human destiny: our ability to understand and predict. Eclipses represents our transition from being products of cosmic evolution to becoming conscious participants in cosmic evolution. We're moving from experiencing random cosmic events to intentionally designing cosmic experiences. Every blood moon you witness is training your consciousness for this cosmic future. You're developing the awareness, wonder, and understanding that might someday allow humanity to become conscious co-creators of cosmic beauty throughout the universe. We've reached the moment where everything we've explored about blood moons converges into the ultimate revelation about your significance in the cosmic story. What you're about to understand will fundamentally transform how you see yourself, your purpose, and your place in the infinite universe. Here's the mind-shattering truth that changes everything. You are not just observing blood moons. You are a blood moon. Let me explain what this means. Your body is 70% water, and that water responds to lunar gravitational forces, just like the oceans do. During a lunar eclipse, the same gravitational dynamics that position the moon in Earth's shadow are subtly affecting the water in your cells. Dr. Lyle Watson calculated in 1973 that the human body experiences measurable tidal effects during lunar events, though they're much smaller than ocean tides. But here's the incredible part. Your brain, which is nearly 75% water, experiences these tidal effects most strongly. During a blood moon, you're not just watching a cosmic event, you're physically participating in it at a cellular level. Think about this profound reality. The same cosmic forces that create the eclipse are flowing through your body as you observe it. You're not separate from the cosmic dance, you're part of it. The gravitational choreography that creates blood moons includes you as a participant, not just an observer. But here's where it gets truly transcendent. Your consciousness, which emerged from billions of years of cosmic evolution, represents the universe developing the ability to appreciate its own beauty. When you feel awe watching a blood moon, that awe is literally the cosmos experiencing aesthetic wonder at its own behavior. Dr. Brian Swim from the California Institute of Integral Studies describes this as cosmological consciousness, the realization that human awareness is cosmic evolution becoming self-aware. You're not a separate being looking at the cosmos. You're the cosmos looking at itself through temporarily organized matter that calls itself by your name. Now here's the revelation that should change everything about how you live. Every blood moon occurs exactly once in the history of the universe. The precise atmospheric conditions, the exact lunar position, the specific moment in the slow dance of celestial mechanics will never be repeated. And your consciousness experiencing that unique moment means the universe is having a once-in-eternity experience through your awareness. This makes every moment of your life cosmically precious. Your unique perspective on reality, your individual way of processing wonder and beauty and understanding, represents an irreplaceable viewpoint that the universe has never had before and will never have again. When you die, the universe loses your particular way of experiencing blood moons forever. But while you live, you are the cosmos experiencing itself through a configuration of matter and consciousness that is absolutely unique in the 13.8 billion year history of existence. Here's what should revolutionize your daily experience. The same cosmic forces that create blood moons are operating in your life every moment. The precision that governs planetary orbits also governs the quantum processes in your brain. The beauty that emerges from cosmic mechanics also emerges from the complex interactions that create your thoughts and feelings. You are not separate from the cosmic order. You are a temporary expression of it. The same elegance that creates perfect eclipse timing also creates the elegant complexity of your consciousness. You are cosmic mechanics made aware of itself. But here's the most empowering truth about your cosmic significance. Your capacity to understand eclipses means you have the same type of intelligence that governs the universe itself. The mathematical laws that create blood moons exist as pure information, and your mind can comprehend and work with that same information. This means you share in the fundamental intelligence of the cosmos. When you understand eclipse mechanics, you're thinking the same thoughts that govern reality itself. You're not just made of star stuff, you're thinking star thoughts. Now here's your final mind-blown moment. The fact that you can experience wonder at blood moons means the universe has evolved the capacity to be amazed at itself. Wonder isn't a human emotion projected onto cosmic events. It's a cosmic capacity that has emerged through evolution and expresses itself through human consciousness. Your sense of awe at a blood moon is the cosmos feeling awe at its own beauty and complexity. Your curiosity about eclipse mechanics is the universe being curious about its own behavior. Your appreciation for cosmic elegance is cosmic elegance appreciating itself. This means every moment you spend in wonder at the cosmos, every time you're amazed by a blood moon, stunned by the night sky, or moved by the elegance of physics, you're facilitating the universe's ongoing project of self-appreciation and self-understanding. Here's the ultimate empowering realization. You're not a cosmic accident, you're a cosmic achievement. The universe spent 13.8 billion years and countless stellar generations creating the conditions necessary for your consciousness to emerge. Every star that ever exploded, every planet that ever formed, every evolutionary step that ever occurred was part of the cosmic process that led to your ability to understand and appreciate blood moons. You represent the current pinnacle of the universe's ability to understand itself. When you look at a blood moon with full comprehension of the physics, mathematics, and cosmic context involved, you are the universe at its most self-aware. And here's what this means for how you should live. Every day you have the opportunity to be the universe experiencing wonder, beauty, curiosity, love, and understanding through your consciousness. You're not just living your life, you're living the cosmos's life through your unique perspective. The next time you see a blood moon, remember this. You are witnessing cosmic mechanics through cosmic consciousness. In a moment, it will never occur again in the history of existence. While being made of cosmic material, it has been present since the beginning of time. You are not small. You are not insignificant. You are the cosmos becoming aware of its own magnificent complexity. And that makes you one of the most remarkable phenomena in the universe. The blood moon shining red in the night sky is beautiful, but the consciousness capable of understanding and appreciating that beauty, your consciousness, is far more remarkable than the cosmic event itself. You are the universe's greatest achievement so far. Never forget that. And remember, every time you like this video, subscribe to this channel, or share this knowledge with others, you're helping the universe become more aware of itself through other conscious beings. You're participating in cosmic evolution by spreading cosmic consciousness. Thank you for taking this journey through the magnificent mystery of blood moons. The next time you see that red glow in the night sky, you'll know you're witnessing not just an eclipse, but a moment of cosmic self-awareness that includes you as an essential participant. The universe is vast, but your consciousness makes you cosmic. Remember that, and let it change everything about how you experience being alive in this incredible cosmos.